this is whataboutism in the extreme. You can't do it. You can't accept criticisms of Trump.
You can't tell me that I'm whatabouting by
you can criticize those people. You can criticize those.
Tim Pool destroys woke Vaush in this clip, as Vaush is an insufferable leftist with Trump derangement syndrome, and Tim Pool still invites him onto the podcast. And in this part of the episode, Vaush and Tim Pool get into it, discussing Trump and tariffs. And Tim Pool wrecks Vaush over his absurd comments because Vaush, being one of the left's influencers, always knows less than what they claim to. So let's get in the video, folks.
Fauci, I've criticized Fauci over and over again. Early on, I was very
not Trump.
And because Trump's repeating what Fauci says.
Trump does not just wait. They fight constantly.
No, early on, they didn't. Early on, Trump made the mistake of just parroting Fauci, and I got to the point
he did not exclusively parrot Fauci early on.
You need to watch the.
Wait. I know. I can watch the clips. Wait. I understand. There was a lot of complexity here when it comes to the information that was disseminated and who did it. But that doesn't change the fact we know Trump was given information and then lied about it.
And that's your opinion is.
That's not an opinion.
Yes. No. I'm saying, and your opinion is he shouldn't have, and mine is. I don't know. Maybe there would have been a panic. Maybe there wouldn't.
Like in Canada?
Trump made a call, and you're criticizing him, and we don't know what the result would have been.
You've criticized Fauci for what he said about the masks. How can you say Trump, well, maybe it would have caused a panic, but then not say the same thing about Fauci when he said that masks weren't effective sometime in March?
Wait. We should have worn masks the entire time.
Are you sure?
We don't know.
Are they like made of cloth and dirty?
We don't know if a panic would have destroyed everything and killed 10 times the people.
How would that, being honest about the extent, first of all, hundreds of thousands are dead, and they're dying in large part because we don't have a consistent national policy about social distancing and about mask wearing. That is,
and obesity.
No, dude.
I don't know.
Sickness in
That's
general.
Trump can't issue. Look, Trump does not have the constitutional authority to issue a mask mandate.
He has. Wait. First of all, he has war powers. He absolutely can. He uses executive actions all the time. This is not something that he would do. This would not be legally challenged. He was being called for to do this, even by the Democrats. He was being called to do this. He disbanded the pandemic response team. He removed people.
And consolidated it.
No. He withdrew their power.
So who did he consolidate then?
What?
Can you pull the, I don't want to pull up the fact check on this. Trump consolidated the roles of the pandemic response team. Factcheck.org. I've been through this like a million times.
See if I can find it.
So Trump did disband the pandemic response team.
And where did they go?
And allocated those functions into a group of people.
Wait, was that Pence's task force?
No, this was the existing CDC.
The existing CDC that he defunded by like a massive percentage?
Factcheck.org, the way they put it was Trump was trying to streamline the process early on, and that it's been weaponized by partisans to make it seem like he just straight up got rid of it.
So he got rid of it, then took its functions and put it into the CDC, and he's cut the CDC's budget.
We got to pull up. No, it's factcheck.org. It's Trump disband.
I'm familiar with the site, factcheck.org.
I know, she's trying to pull it up.
But, I mean, do we want to look at like CDC cuts or what he did with the people in Wuhan that he pulled out?
If we want to pull up the source and talk about Trump consolidating the roles of
what I'm trying to talk about is the totality of evidence that he has mishandled this pandemic, and it's interesting to me that you were extremely unwilling to criticize him for that.
Because what's the alternative?
The alternative.
What would have happened in any other circumstance where we have no control group? What am I supposed to say?
So,
well, if
wait,
Trump
how many would have
how
many would have had to have died before you would criticize him?
I don't know.
Give me a number. Wait, so you could have let 1 million?
So what you're telling me is that we have no idea what would have happened if Trump did anything else.
We don't
and now
ever.
We're supposed
we
to
don't.
Make a determination.
That's you're making a tautological statement. That's how the universe works. We don't ever know what would happen if other things.
What am I supposed to say when Fauci early on praised him, when governors early on praised him? Now they're critical of him in an election.
Wait. First of all, the praise of governors is irrelevant. Are governors health experts? Second of all, Fauci praised him a couple of times. He's also under a lot of political pressure to do what Trump says, or otherwise there's a very decent chance of him getting canned. Fauci has made plenty of statements which Trump has later contradicted. Trump has been back and forth on the mask issue, going so far as to make fun of people for wearing masks. Trump didn't wear a mask in public for months. Wait. But again,
nor the clairvoyance to say if only Trump did X, Y would have happened.
Then you can't criticize anything. What if we didn't go into the Afghanistanian war? What if some terrible thing would have happened if we hadn't done that? What if we hadn't gone into Iraq?
No. I think we can objectively say, wow, that war was bad. We shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, I can say this is objectively very bad. We should be doing something different.
And I can say Trump should have done these things, but I can't get overly angry about making assumptions assumptions on what I think would or wouldn't have happened.
So you are of the opinion that you should not be able to criticize a sitting precedent as long as you don't have...
You're using semantic arguments.
This is not semantic at all.
Because I actually said you made a good point, and we don't have a measure of success for what Trump should have done.
Yeah, that's...
I feel like Vaush is Captain Hindsight from South Park, if you've ever seen the show. I mean, he was the character who always came up and he would rush up like he's a hero and like always in hindsight, oh, you should have done this. This should have happened. This should have happened. And then, you know, like he's a hero for pointing that out. I mean, to me, the way I'm reading this, Tim Pool is just pointing out, look, you can go and you can see things and say like, okay, yeah, this war was a bad idea. This was a bad idea. But when you're talking about in the moment of someone, you know, whether they handle or mishandle, that looks differently. It looks different in the moment. It's easier, you know, after the fact to say like, oh yeah, like now that we have all of this data, of course, yeah, he should have done this. But that's just how people learn. But to take a moral tone to it and say, you know, Trump was evil and, you know, he's insane and this and that while he was being lied to by Fauci, of course, because that's all Fauci did pretty much was lie about everything. I mean, what do you want him to, what do you want to do? I mean, this is the polarization effect of the left with the Trump derangement syndrome in saying that like, oh, he's Hitler and everything that he's doing is a nefarious, evil way or whatever it is. Look, and all Tim Pool is saying, you can take him individually, but Vaush's over emotionality getting into this about Trump, like that's the real problem. That's the issue with the left. It's like you can't just take a simple issue and break it down. There has to be something else to it because they're crazy. I don't know. I mean, it's insane how much they try to justify everything. But let me know in the comments what you think so far and leave a like. Let's get back in.
That's to indicate we can't know for sure, but we can make reasonable
arguments.
arguments.
You're using hindsight to make it seem like you could have done a better
no,
job.
we know he lied at the time. Wait,
Right.
wait. I'm not the president. I'm not saying I could have done a better job. I'm saying that he messed up. And if you actually are anti-establishment,
should he have
wait.
panicked?
If you actually are anti-establishment, as you claim to be, you are shockingly unwilling to criticize Trump on some of the most objectively.
That's ridiculous.
Wait, you listed the tariffs that he did, even though it destroyed American farming for essentially no benefit, as a positive.
As a policy he did
to the economy,
and then,
as a
and
positive.
then we ended up with a good economy.
We had the good economy.
$27 trillion in debt right now.
As we had the good economy, you mentioned that as a positive, even though all that did was hurt American workers. You are willing to
How did that
defend
hurt
him.
American workers?
The subsidies that we needed to provide farmers because they were being destroyed, the manufacturing that was being hurt from our inability to import.
Came back.
Also, there's a flood.
So Trump threatened the auto industry to put tariffs on their vehicles manufactured overseas, and then they brought their factories
We brought back a shockingly low number of jobs that don't
come
compensate.
About panic.
The point
was I don't know what would have happened if Trump caused a panic by coming out and saying, you know, America, there's a dangerous pandemic coming.
Why not constantly downplaying it? Like he did. This is going to be over any second. We're rounding the curve now. The heat's going to get rid of it. Constant statement after statement.
Why did George W. Bush come out and say, keep shopping?
I don't like George W. Bush.
I'm not saying you do. I'm saying there are presidents and there is a decision to make, and sometimes they're hard, and we don't know what would have happened
the issue,
in a panic or otherwise.
This is the fundamental issue that I have.
You're coming out and saying Trump should have told everyone. Maybe he should have. I don't know.
If you actually consistently held to this, then you would never be able to criticize anything a president does because you don't know what would have happened if they hadn't done it.
You're not arguing
what I'm saying. Wait, hold on. I would like to. What I'm saying is your standard for assessing the validity of this behavior is nonsensical.
Is a panic bad?
You don't know that it would have caused a panic.
Trump said he wanted to avoid a panic. That was his motivation.
Why not lie about it? Why not say, hey, why not say we need to buckle down as a nation and we need to recognize that we need to be wearing masks and socially distancing?
Yeah, he could have done that. Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, that's great.
So
why isn't it okay for Fauci to have been wrong about the masks because he didn't want to incite a panic?
That's not incorrect. That's great.
So you're in favor of Fauci saying that you didn't need to wear masks?
I think it's like you're purposefully misunderstanding to make an argument.
No, the argument that I'm making fundamentally.
You can't criticize Trump over masks and then act like Fauci was a saint the entire time.
I have never done that.
I'm not saying it's the rhetorical
you're talking with
other
me.
People. If people are going to look at Trump and say Trump said all these things, and then I can go back and see that Fauci was the one who said them to Trump and Trump repeated them, then my issue is maybe we could have done better, maybe we could have done worse. Trump banned travel early on. He formed the task force. He brought Fauci on in the first place. And the New York Times was estimating if the infection rate reached a certain level, it could even be as high as 6 million.
First of all,
I don't know what would have happened in any other circumstance.
Nobody ever knows. We don't have vision into alternate futures. We have to make reasonable assessments based on the fact that we are doing terribly.
Blasio contributed to all of this the same as Trump did.
This is exactly what I mean, and this is the issue that I have.
They're all bad.
You claim to have like this a disaffected sort of like anti-establishment view of all of this, but your channel is hyper partisan against the left, and then when anyone criticizes Trump, you'll either defend him harshly or you'll back up and say, well, they're all bad. You are taking the choice to defend Trump. You are the partisan here. You're not a distanced anti-authoritarian. You are standing with him, and you are saying, yes, I am anti-authoritarian, I am anti-establishment, but also we don't know if him lying to the American people was bad. It could have caused a panic.
So should I make a video right now where I just scream about Nancy Pelosi causing all of the problems? I haven't done that.
Well, I don't know what that had to do with what I just said.
Well, so if Nancy Pelosi went out to Chinatown and said, everyone come party, if Bill de Blasio went out to...
This is whataboutism in the extreme. You can't do it. You can't accept criticisms of Trump.
You can't tell me that I'm whatabouting by
you can criticize those people. You can criticize those people.
Wait, what about Trump? What about Trump?
This is whataboutism. You can criticize those people. I criticize those people.
I love the paradox of you whatabouting me on Trump and then claiming I'm whatabouting when
Let's talk about Trump.
This is the insanity of the left. They will go to all ends of the earth to try and win an argument and completely just miss the whole point to begin with. Like what Tim Pool was saying about Trump, not saying that. Look, are we really going to sit here and say to ourselves that every president has told us the truth all the time? Are we really going to, sit here and say that presidents have not lied to us in order to avert panic? Like presidents have done this, governors have done this, all sorts of people have done this before in order to avert a panic. Like eventually, yes, you got to let people know, but you can do it in a way that doesn't make people lose their stuff. Like everybody remembers COVID and what happens when people panic. They go crazy. They do, crazy stuff. And that's always what you're trying to avoid. It's that mob mentality. And yes, when you're running the show, that is something you have to consider. But again, like when Vaush tries to put, and again, this goes to show why identity politics doesn't work. Like he's trying to talk to Tim Pool as, oh, if you're this and if you're that, then what you're saying doesn't match what you are. Stop putting people into boxes. Like you can have a nuanced conversation about each event as it transpires. To say, oh, you're anti-establishment. Like, I mean, Trump's never been in politics. He wasn't exactly the establishment. Like everybody else was who's been there for 30, 40, 50 years. That's the real establishment. But Vaush doesn't get that. Folks, the woke left is still going to go crazy ever since Donald Trump won the election, and they are still never going to give him credence on anything. And this is why this mentality has absolutely broken them to the point that they're just crazy. And that's why when you push that in election, it doesn't win, because at the end of the day, people are going to go the more practical and rational route. So you can push the woke nonsense as much as you want, but obviously, as we know, folks, it has finally come to an end, luckily to see. But yeah, Vaush is always a woke nut and fun to watch. But folks, let me know in the comments what you thought about what Tim Pool had to say to Vaush about Donald Trump and tariffs included, because now that's a big topic of conversation. Folks, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Take care, and I will see you on the next one.